Stars were definitely born. You can get that. This year, because Oscar noms have been released yesterday and people everywhere are freaking out.
Freaking out is a right, but don't worry because like I said, we have our friend, a film expert, Francisco Caceres. You know, Francisco, I want to know, you need to let me know who is gonna win and who should win.
Well, I think that Roma, the film by Alfonso Cuarón, is going to win and should win. It's one of my favorite films. Cuarón is amazing. He won 2 Oscars for Gravity, and now Roma has been nominated for 10 Academy Awards.
That's crazy.
I know.
Bang, bang, bang.
Well deserved, but crazy.
If you think that this is a movie that is in Spanish with some indigenous languages as well, then it's in black and white. It's set in Mexico City in the 70s. It's set in Colonia Roma, and it's basically Cuarón remembering his childhood there and all of the issues that he saw growing up. So if you think about a story that's very Latin, very Mexican, and that's getting 10 nominations, it's amazing.
Now, if it wins, right, won't it be the first Spanish language film to win? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes,
and it's
yes.
competing in different categories. For instance, it's nominated for Best Picture, but Best Foreign Film, Best Director. Alfonso is also nominated for Best Cinematography and Best Original Script because he co-wrote. Basically. He has 5 nominations himself. He's short from Walt Disney, who had 6 nominations on the same year. However, Alfonso has them all for the same movie, and Disney had them for 6 different movies.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
It's a big deal.
That's so, that's
you know, I haven't seen Roma yet. I've been talking about it for the last 3 episodes, and I'm gonna watch it, and I haven't. So now I'm like even more with you here.
Well, the only thing I have to say is that I loved it. I think it's a great film, but it's not for everyone. Because, and I don't want to get too technical here, but it's the style of the Italian hyperrealism. So it's very slow, and it's just like getting a little glimpse of the life of someone. And so some people say it's just that nothing happens in the film, but a lot is happening.
A lot happens. And speaking of someone, right? Yalitza Aparicio.
That is amazing.
Amazing.
Yalitza Aparicio is nominated for Best Actress, and both Yalitza and then Marina de Tavira is also nominated for Best Supporting Actress. And they are the 4th and 5th Mexicans in history.
Now, Marina played the mom.
Qué orgullo. What an honor.
Marina was the lady of the house.
Right,
yes,
of course,
the housewife. And it's just fascinating to think that Yalitza Aparicio is this kindergarten teacher in Mexico, in Oaxaca.
This is real life. That's not the movie.
Real life.
Right.
No. She was discovered.
I'm like, wait, that's part of the movie?
No, real life.
She was discovered because she went with her sister to the casting. She didn't even want to audition, and her sister was like, why don't you do it? Because I'm pregnant, I won't be able to. She gets the role, and now she is nominated for an Oscar in the cover of Vogue Mexico, going to red carpet events. It's a fairy tale. It's just
it's a fairy tale that we're all living, honestly, because I see her and I'm just like, oh, this is so great. Good for her. I love
and
it.
competing with people like Lady Gaga in the same category, Melissa McCarthy.
That's ridiculous. From a kindergarten teacher to now being like dining and not the Oscars with Gaga.
Right. It's amazing, and I'm so happy because her performance is
very deserved.
Yeah, she brings an amazing performance.
And then also for our culture, for our people, for us to have this moment is massive, and I'm so happy about that.
I know that, apart from Roma, another film that's been getting like a lot of like glory is A Star is Born.
Come on, Christian.
I loved it. I cried like a baby.
Okay, so A Star is Born has 8 nominations, including Best Film, Best Actress for Lady Gaga, Best Actor for Bradley Cooper. However, in one of the biggest snubs this year, Bradley Cooper was not nominated for Best Director.
What?
I know.
What?
And I think that a lot of people, he has been nominated for every other award.
You know why? Because there was 100 people in the room.
You're so wrong. You're so wrong. Look, I will say I did not like this movie. I said this from the very beginning. I did not like this movie. And look, it's been nominated, which I'm like, not really. But it hasn't really won that many and all of the awards that have been happening.
It's been winning Best Song every single
Yeah.
time.
Right.
Lady
and,
Gaga.
and I said the music was
Well,
good, but
yeah,
the
the
movie
music is
itself, to
amazing.
me, not good.
And I think that Lady Gaga will definitely win Best Song for Shallow.
Right.
So
I can
that
see
that
that.
is a given. I don't know if she'll win as Best Actress because
Actress.
she's competing with Glenn Close.
And Yalitza Aparicio.
Obviously, Yalitza Aparicio, of course.
Yeah, it's a tough group too.
It's definitely a tough group, but it's interesting to see. And I don't think that it's the best movie of the year. I think it was a very good movie, but I also don't think that it's yucky as
No.
yucky.
So what has been a good movie that you think is probably gonna be like?
Well, you
Other
know,
than Roma, obviously.
you know what? The Favorite. This is a movie with Olivia
I
Colman,
did
Rachel
see it.
Weisz, and Emma Stone. It got 10 nominations, so it's basically Roma's most fierce competitor for the Oscars this year, and I love that one.
It's the frenemy. It's the frenemy of Roma.
Basically.
No, I'm okay with it because you have Latinx on one side and then women empowering on the other. So it's like two.
So what's it
equal
called? What's that movie
situation.
called?
It's called The Favorite.
It's The Favorite. I
The
thought you meant it was a
Favorite.
favorite
No,
to
no,
win.
it's called The Favorite.
But I do want to mention that there are some commercial movies this year that are doing amazing. For instance, Black Panther.
I love Black
Yes.
Well, it has 7 nominations,
Well deserved, though.
including Best Film, which is a big deal. And then Kendrick Lamar is nominated for Best Song.
Good for him.
Amazing.
I
He's
love Kendrick.
amazing.
Yes, of course.
It's a great song.
But
and
that's
then
crazy that you have like, Gaga and Kendrick and then they're both competing, right?
right, they're in the same category.
Woo!
It'll be, and then they might be performing at the Oscars. Can you imagine? And Lady Gaga will have to perform.
Probably.
I mean, Gaga's for sure gonna go up there and kill it like she always does, but it's awesome to also have Kendrick because
course.
Gaga's been dabbling in the the acting for a while, but Kendrick hasn't. So to have his music there and be part with all
Right.
these great stars is what an honor, to tell you the truth.
And talking about music, we also have to talk about a film that had the amazing music of Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's my favorite.
Oh, is it?
I didn't see it. I had to watch
The
it.
guy in the moon heard you.
I loved it. I was so happy.
Well, you know what? It's nominated for Best Film, and then Rami Malek, who we're seeing right now, he is nominated for Best Actor,
He's
and
insane. Like, are you gonna tell me he's like not like he's insane?
he is
He's
actually
amazing.
my favorite to win that category. It's a
agree.
tough
Same.
category
I'm there
because
with
Christian
you.
Bale for Vice, another film that has 8 nominations,
haven't watched
and Christian Bale is just amazing. as
Amazing. He's
Vice President Dick
fantastic
Cheney.
in
Vice
Vice.
has been ringing in my ear for
Please,
a
you
while.
gotta watch it. You gotta watch
I
it.
haven't watched
So good.
Francisco,
Anyway.
you're usually pretty good at guessing who's gonna win and who's not, right?
Oh God, this is a tough one. Okay, it's easier. I think that Best Actress it's going to be Glenn Close
Glenn,
because,
okay.
as we mentioned, she's been nominated 7 times, and she deserves it. It's more like a career award. for her.
Okay.
Best Actor. It's between Christian Bale and Rami Malek. I think I'm going to go with
Rami.
Christian Bale, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Although I haven't
think
seen
so.
Rami.
I think that they're both deserving, but the way that I'm seeing the award shows, I think that's going to
And
be.
what about Best Picture?
Ooh.
The big one.
Okay, so I want Roma to win,
Okay.
obviously, but it could be Green Book at the same time. Green Book. Have you heard about Green Book?
I have.
This is the story about this musician, this African-American musician played by Mahershala Ali. And he has to do a tour in the 60s in the South in the United States. So he has to deal with racism. And it's funny because it's basically an inverted Driving Miss Daisy where Viggo Mortensen, the white guy, is driving the black musician.
Oh,
And it's an
I love
amazing
that. I
feel-good
did see
story.
that. I did
I
see
have
that.
not seen
Now,
it. I need to.
speaking of like who's going to win or not, there's statistically, if you win in the previous award shows during award season, we're talking Critics' Choice, Golden Globes, etc., then like there's a percentage that's like,
Right.
great, you're going to probably win the Oscars.
Right. The thing is that, so the Golden Globes have always been talked about as sort of a predictor, as you're mentioning. They don't have necessarily the best percentage or the best accuracy. I think it's 50% or
Oh,
so.
okay.
Right. But at the end of the day, they could influence how a nominated film could win because people like to see them giving speeches and sort of rehearsing their speech for the Oscars. And so I do think that, for instance, the fact that Roma won at the Critics' Choice
Right.
Yeah,
actually pushed the film and got nominations for both Yalitza and Marina. So it's all about momentum right now. It's all about how the talk, because one week a movie could be the front runner, and then the next one it could be another one. But yes, you are right. I think that the better award shows that tell us who is going to win are the guild ones, because they do overlap. They have overlapping members. So the Golden Globes are given by the Hollywood Foreign Press. So these are journalists that do not vote for the Oscars. But for instance, in the SAG Awards, these are the same actors that will be voting for the Oscars. So we have to wait, because they haven't, although the Producers Guild just awarded Green Book the best film.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, I think Green Book's going to be the one.
All right. You guys see, I told you, it was the expert, right? This is the expert discussing all of this.
Bothering you.
But you know what? It's funny. We've got the expert. They've got the nominations, but something that the Oscars definitely doesn't have as of right now is a host. Is a host. You know, this is actually the first time in, I think, in like 30 years that there still is no host. At least they haven't announced it. Now, we all know that what happened is a debacle with Kevin Hart, who was supposed to be the host, and then, you know, due to some homophobic tweets that they resurfaced from the past that were demeaning, again, to the LGBTQ community, he was out, you know. There was a need for an apology nod, you know, that whole mess that we saw in the headlines. So as of right now, there is no host, and they haven't announced one yet. So it's kind of crazy to talk about that.
Right, and I don't think that we'll get a host. At least
that's
what the sources close to the Academy are saying.
Gotcha.
That
He knows the people. He knows the people.
I mean, they've been so secretive about the whole thing. So yes, the possibility that they might announce a host right before the award show, that is a possibility. But as of right now, what we're hearing is that it might be something that they did before, like in the 60s and 69, 70, and 71, they had a group of celebrities, a group of actors that were hosting the Oscars. It went from 10 in 1969 to 33 in 1971.
Wow.
Can you imagine? So 33 friends of Oscar. That's the way
crazy.
That
you know what? I think that they need 4 right here, guys.
We're here.
4 hosts. You guys would be down to host the Oscars?
I mean, I'm
Perfect,
always
guys.
down.
This is it. You need us. You need us.
This is Latinx Now.
And if you liked what you saw, hey, subscribe. You know the button, so click it.
The one right here.
It's right here. It's right here.
Or maybe.
Or maybe.
Where it is.